Alright, we're here with our GForce GF99 DLX Deluxe, and we're going to strip her down, disassemble it, clean it. I have the manual. Now this particular gun, these AR platforms are really popular, and they ran about $5.5. I mean, and there's different models and stuff. Now this manual is a little bit different than the other two. One was a semi-auto. It says something here, all gas operated shotguns have a break-in period of a box or two of reliable operation, or that loads be 1 ounce and be used over 1 ounce. Okay, let me get this. Short break-in period using loads over 1 ounce a shot and help with cycling and wider range of available loads. Okay, and then important considerations for selecting ammo. There are many 3-inch shells, even some 2 3/4 shells on the market that are not designed for semi-automatic systems. Many of the heavier turkey loads and even some faster slug loads are made to be handled by only shotguns specifically designed for those type of heavy loads and high pressures. Your shotgun is designed to run flawlessly with an extreme range of regular power shot slugs, but not some of the high power loads. Okay, and it tells you. They're designed to last a lifetime, blah, blah, blah. The best performance, reliability, and longevity is achieved by using shot buck loads of 1.5 ounces or less and slugs less than 1,500 feet per second if more than 3/4 of an ounce. It's 3/4 of an ounce, 1 ounce. Use of heavier or faster loads may prove unreliable and greatly shorten the lifespan of your weapon or your firearm. So they're telling you right there and then, okay, and I'll discuss this. I'll go in, I'll make a video prior to testing and discuss what I found out, because I've done a lot of research on these guns. I've watched a lot of videos, found a lot of complaints. Gotten a lot of complaints and comments from my subscribers, I mean a lot, about the whole array of these guns. So let's get down to taking it apart. Okay, and this one here is a tad bit confusing. I'm going to have the directions with me, and as usual, now for some reason they tell you to clear this thing, okay, and have the bolt back there. So we're going to put this on safe. That way when we pull out the bolt and stuff, we don't mess up anything. Alright, first thing, I'm going to zoom in also. Alright, had to change the camera angle and zoom in a bit. Alright, first things first. Okay, this thing here is a false muzzle brake, and you just turn it off. It's not, I mean, a false muzzle brake. This is just a decorative piece that is screwed on this barrel. Now, some of these guns do come with a muzzle brake that is the exchangeable choke or removable choke. This does not. Okay. What you got there on this, you just got this threaded thing on the end of the barrel. That's what this screws in there, about right there. So that's just a fake decorative piece. Now, I'm going to go and I'm going to measure, since it is a fixed choke, I'm going to measure it and see what we end up with, what we have here. and it looks like it's about a cylinder. It's like, or it's maybe improved cylinder. It's close. It's 7/16 or something. Alright, so it's pretty close to cylinder or hair tight. Alright, so once we got this off, we go to the next part here is this nut here on the top. And then we're going to turn this. Okay, we're going to spin this off. Alright, and that's what we got is this piece here, the sling swivel. Then there is a plate with the detent that will come out. Alright, underneath that screw, I had to slide the foregrip up. There's this round plate. You see it's got a cutout that goes against the barrel and it slides in there. This is what holds the upper handguard. So now you can slide this upper handguard clear of the gun. Okay. Now on to the next step in the. Alright, once we have the handguard off, the bolt is forward. We loosen this retaining nut. And again, like the other semi, it's double threaded. You got to get it off through both threads. And you want to reinstall it with the little holes that go into the detent on this piece here. Now it tells you to slide the barrel out. Alright, I think their instructions are a little bit bullshit here. Let me check this out. Alright, they say with this forward to slide the barrel out, which isn't going. So, I will go back, pull the bolt to the rear, and you gotta, like an AR15, trip it up and lock it in place. Alright, so now that we've done that, now I believe I can get the barrel off of the firearm. It does not wish to. There it goes. Out comes the barrel. So the instructions aren't quite right. Alright, so we got the barrel out. Now they tell you to kind of push back on this here and get the op handle out, which again, this rubber. Oh, now this thing's all covered in oil. There's a rubber thing you take off. Now you got the op handle. You're supposed to be able to get it to come out. This is where caution is necessary. So they're saying, I got a little punch, to have this forward and pull this out. Turn this around. Pull this in a little forward and then pull this out, which it doesn't seem to want to do. And I'm just putting a punch through those little holes. Let me see if I can get this thing to just pop out. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, it's just a matter of giving it a yank, and it's very simple, similar to the other one. Now, the reason you do that down here, okay, now you have to go, and this is what I'm doing, is I'm using this AR style thing to lock the bolt back. So let's, and that thing is loose in there, so got it back, and then I trip it up like the mag would, and I'm holding the bolt open now. Now, this is the critical thing, and don't let the bolt slam down with the barrel out. This is where you push this lever here, which takes down the mag feed. This is critical. And what it is, you'd have to, there's no way for me to show you with it being black, but it drops down that piece that goes up to where the barrel is, down inside there. So, very critical, make sure this is down. Then holding this, okay, we'll get this back. Holding that to press your mag release. Now you don't want to do this without taking that thing down. You'll break that polymer thing inside the receiver. This should slide off. Okay, the instructions are somewhat correct, but what I had to do is that bolt was hitting that plastic feed ramp or something that you move down with this. I had to stand that up, push on that lever, then slide the bolt spring carrier and all the other fun stuff out of it that way. Okay, that thing is in there. So this one is a tad bit different than the other gun. So, and the springs, everything, all of this is different. So there we have the receiver, and I'm going to talk about how we separate the stock from the upper receiver. But here's our bolt here, which is similar, but, and I mean, this thing's got all kinds of crud on it. It's filthy. So I'm going to scrub all of this with carburetor cleaner and then lubricate it. Now, the other strange thing, this piston, okay, I'll see if I can get this thing out of the barrel. Alright, all of these semi-auto shotguns work on the same principle. They have this, like the other one, has this piston in there. And this is a metal ring with a split on it. And what happens when you fire these real tough 3-inch Magnum rounds, the blast comes out from 2 holes inside here. Okay, the gas ports. We'll hit that, push this, and then this pushes this spring and the bolt and the carrier back into the receiver. Well, what happens and where these things fail is when you use real heavy loads, it blows that ring out, and that's where you get the failure where the bolt won't close, because that ring would be out and get stuck here on the end of the barrel right in here. So I'm going to clean this all out, filthy, and leave it dry. You leave this part, you leave dry. You don't want oil in there because it'll just build up the fouling and screw up everything. And in this one, no barrel obstruction, okay? But this is critical, that weird thing in there. I'd like to show you what I'm talking about, because this is super. If you try forcing it, you're going to break this feed lip or feed ramp. That's this piece of plastic that hinges down to let the bolt out. And I mean, I had to push on that lever and lower it a little more to get that bolt, so it's not perfect. Disassembling these guns is a pain in the ass. And we're going to get into where, because somebody had one of these that separated from the stock. In other words, the whole top end of the gun fell off. Okay, it was separated from the stock. He could get it to move. And I'll explain to you what I believe that is here in a minute. But it involves you buying special tools. Okay.